Tonight on News 5 Live, Cabinet rescinds an increase in telephone allowances for CEOs. The Public Service Union responds. Is there a sick-out in the lower court? Despite government's position that things are back to normal in the judiciary. The BSCFA says no to BSI's proposed 4-year commercial agreement. And tonight on Culture Tuesday, Belizeans enjoy Taco Tuesday. These stories and more coming up on News 5 Live.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
With the steady increase in prices, it's hard to hold on to your hard-earned cash. Well, here at Benny's, prices are steadily falling, making it easier to stretch your dollars. Prices are slashed on electrical products, LED lights, plywood, metal and fiberglass pressure tanks, flash bands, and wheelbarrows. Yes, we have the cheapest in town. And with X massive season going on right now, get store-wide discounts on select products from now through December 31st. Visit a Benny's store near you today, where the prices just keep on falling. Benny's, quality and savings.
Let's all be safe during the rainy season. Belize Electricity Limited reminds you that heavy rains can cause flooding in your neighborhood and on roads. Avoid driving or walking in flooded areas, which can have hidden dangers such as debris and fallen power lines. Belize Electricity Limited cares about your safety. Please stay safe.
Danny, buy me one Carol consomme.
Carol consomme. Carol, Mr. Sam, give me a...
You want egg? Oh, you want consomme? Carol consomme.
Carol Consomme. The best taste and the best price. Less fat, more flavor. Carol Consomme. Available in packets for only 20 cents and a half-pound jar for only $2.75. Less fat, more flavor, more savings.
Give me a...
Carol consomme.
Taste the savings. Love the flavor.
Available at 88 Shopping Center, Publix Supermarket, TJ Supermarket, Ming Superstore, Sugar City Supermarket, and you can also find it at your favorite supermarkets near.
Gimme 5! The biggest giveaway show of the year is back with new prizes and surprises. The fun starts at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th, and ends on Friday, December 8th. Gimme 5 coupons are now available for 25 cents each on our Channel 5 website and at our studio on Coney Drive in Belize City. Fill out your coupons and return them to our Channel 5 office. Remember to tune in at 8 p.m. every night from December 4th to the 8th for awesome entertainment, giveaways, and lots of prizes. And don't forget, when your phone rings, don't say,
Hello?
say,
Give me 5!
Welcome to Climate Week, where we unite under the banner of climate action, one goal, a shared responsibility. In a world where the climate crisis knows no borders, we're here to emphasize that saving our planet is not an individual journey, but a collective mission.
We the athletes hold the torch of hope for a sustainable future. It's our planet, our future, and our responsibility to take action now.
Businesses are committed to reduce our carbon footprint. We believe in sustainable practices to protect our development.
As educators, we represent the heart of our communities. Together, we can make a difference by educating our nation towards a sustainable future.
The media plays a critical role in bringing to you those stories that highlight Belize's transition to renewable energy and sustainable practices.
In the journey to combat climate change, we have one goal: to preserve our planet for future generations. It's a shared responsibility that requires the collective effort of all. Let's rise above our differences, lift our ambitions, and work together. Because when we work together and unite for climate action, we can achieve the impossible. Join us in making this world a better place for everyone. Together, we can make the difference.
Please protect our environment.
National Health Insurance is a government-funded program which purchases health services for the people, enabling Belizeans to access primary health care, screening and treatment of chronic diseases, laboratory tests, imaging, ophthalmology services, and quality medication at a fraction of the cost. Today, Belizeans are benefiting from a dynamic public and private sector partnership which has seen NHI expand and grow in terms of available facilities, persons served, and services offered. Currently, there are 4 NHI clinics in Corozal, with 2 additional satellite facilities serving Libertad and Cristo Rey. In Belize City, there are 5 NHI facilities, with 1, the Mercy Clinic, catering specifically to the elderly. And in southern Belize, there are 4 NHI facilities, 1 in Dangriga, 1 in Independence, 1 in Punta Gorda, and 1 in San Antonio, all with satellite clinics to ensure the provision of NHI services in rural communities. In July, NHI will expand to the Orange Walk district, bringing the same quality of service and access to care that Belizeans have come to expect from our national insurance providers. At NHI, we are here to serve you. Register to become a valued member of our NHI family today. For more information, visit our website at www.nhi.bz or send us a message via our National Health Insurance Facebook page.
Good evening and welcome to News 5 Live for Tuesday, November 28th. I am Sabrina Daly. Today, the Cabinet, during its regular session in Belmopan, decided to rescind the government's decision to allow for an increase in the phone allowances for CEOs in the various ministries, as well as those of the Financial Secretary Joe Waite and the Cabinet Secretary Stuart Leslie. In a brief press release from the CabSec, it states that approval for the increases was granted recently by the Ministry of Finance. It went on to explain that after internal consultation and consideration, the CEO caucus unanimously decided that the approval should be rescinded. The president of the Public Service Union, Dean Flowers, says he welcomes the news to rescind the increase, but he has other concerns.
My comments towards the half-hearted release. And why do I call it half-hearted? Because you cannot mix up the ham with the hammer. Do not hypocritically state that this proposed and approved increase was because public officers get increments and public officers get promotion. let's stop this nonsense. You were caught with your hand in the cookie jar. Accept that you did wrong, apologize, and move on. Don't try to justify nonsense by saying that this is a reward for the hard work and performance of the CEO caucus. So, from my personal view, I just had to express how I felt.
Reportedly, the government's rationale to increase the phone allowances was to synchronize the CEO's allowances with that of CEOs from the previous administration. But PSU President Dean Flowers would have none of it.
In the same manner that the Ministry of Finance likes to go after these helpless public officers, is in the same manner that I'm challenging the Financial Secretary and the Undersecretary to go after the CEO in the Prime Minister's office to collect the excesses that have been paid to her, which is against what the compendium allows for. The compendium, which is issued by the Joint Staff Relations Council and approved by the Ministry of Public Service after consultation with the Ministry of Finance, is the sole and only source of reference for approval of allowances. So if it is that the former CEO got it under the former Prime Minister, then they need to go after her and get it out of a pension. If the current CEO is getting it, she needs to be surcharged. There needs to be equity and fairness. A lot of public officers are currently in serious financial constraints because they're being surcharging thousands of dollars that the Ministry of Finance is claiming was paid to them. And in some cases, these people got these money, whether knowingly or unknowingly, but they do not control the payroll. It is those in authority that ought to have stopped some of these allowances. So now that we know that the Prime Minister's CEO is being overpaid, let's stop it, follow the compendium, and give her $250 so he could enjoy his telephone allowance.
On Monday, the government of Belize issued a statement responding to irresponsible misinformation being carried out in other areas of the media regarding a purported sick-out by Crown councils. This was in light of reports that several persons were absent from work on November 27th. According to the Attorney General's office, only 3 officers are presently on approved vacation leave, and that 1 magistrate is on sick leave. The release went on to say that the work of the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions in the court continued, and, quote, prosecutors appeared in court in all matters that were scheduled, end quote. That was yesterday. Today, News 5 is made to understand that Crown counsels from the DPP's office continued with industrial action, as they reportedly are on a go-slow. In the courtroom of Justice Candice Nanton, no Crown counsel appeared in court, nor did they join the sessions virtually. While several inferior appeals were dealt with, they had to be adjourned. Likewise, the matter of a homicide that took place in San Pedro could not proceed to case management conference in the absence of a Crown counsel. Late this evening, information reaching our news desk indicated that a so-called sick-out is in effect for the San Pedro Magistrates Court, Toledo Magistrates Court, San Ignacio Magistrates Court, and Independence Magistrates Court. The Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association continues to reiterate the position that its members have taken ahead of the 2023 to 2024 sugar crop. Despite the need to sign a commercial agreement for the sale and purchase of sugarcane, BSCFA maintains that it will only sign on to a 1-year contract with the miller. For its part, the Belize Sugar Industries Limited has submitted a 4th supplement leading up to the new sugar season. Convening a press conference via Zoom, Chief Executive Officer Oscar Alonso expressed BSCFA's disappointment with BSI's latest proposal.
BSI had sent us a 4th addendum for this coming crop, no? For the to enable the crop to begin, right? For an agreement for the purchase of sugarcane, and we noted that that addendum as they themselves stated in their correspondence to us, and that it was the same proposal that they had submitted to us in August 2021, when we had indicated to them our intention to negotiate a new commercial agreement. So we were a bit disappointed, right? Because with the experiences we have had over the year and a half of negotiation and mediation, which failed, we felt that they might have understood the seriousness and the importance that this commercial agreement and the proposals that we had put forward means to our cane farmers in terms of their financial and economic interests. However, as we had indicated, there was no basis for us for any negotiations to continue, and we had requested that the government intervene. And the government had proceeded to establish a ministerial subcommittee to try to see how they could get the parties, ourselves and BSI, to move this process of the commercial agreement forward, and at the same time look at the issue of the fair trade premium with which we were being discriminated in terms of the payment to our association for the past two crops.
Earlier this month, the interim commercial agreement between BSCFA and the miller expired. According to CEO Alonso, in 2021 and 2022, the association negotiated with BSI to conclude a new commercial agreement. Even with mediation, their attempt at arriving at a new contract ultimately failed. This led to a call for a commission of inquiry. Alonso shares more.
We had requested that the only way we could possibly move forward for the negotiations of a fair commercial agreement would be the establishment of a commission of inquiry that would conduct a thorough investigation into the sugar industry with regards to the cultivation, harvesting of cane, all up along the chain, including the manufacture, handling, and marketing of sugar. And that hopefully, with the information and recommendations derived from this commission of inquiry, we could then sit down with BSI and negotiate a fair commercial agreement. And at the same time, look forward to the modernization of the Sugar Industry Act, which is in dire need of revision. No? So BSI's proposals, in effect, right, where it was proposing that we sign a 4-year agreement, right, was one of the main issues which we were very concerned about, right? And as you know, we held our annual general meeting on Sunday, in which we presented BSI's proposals to our members, right? Which, as I mentioned, the main item has to do with the signing of a 4-year agreement. The other proposal that they had put forward was that the fair trade premium would be paid by Tate and Lyle, and that it would be subject to a letter of agreement to be signed between BSCFA and Tate and Lyle with certain conditions.
Also on the BSCFA-BSI timeline was a request for government intervention. This was done through the establishment of a ministerial subcommittee made of 3 individuals, including Minister of Agriculture Jose Abelardo May, Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa, and Minister of State Oscar Mita.
We know that we depend on the ministerial subcommittee to try to help us reach an agreement. And we have been sharing our position with them as well. I think they have been obtaining BSI's position. And we feel that at this point, bear in mind the manner in which BSI has submitted their addendum, and any negotiation would still be futile, and it would be, and this is why we have submitted a proposal, an amendment. We will be submitting, our members have approved, right, that we do not sign a long-term agreement at this point, that we sign only a one-year agreement, and that we have in this agreement included now that BSI would be the one that pays us the fair trade premium for any sugar it sells during this crop, for which a fair trade premium is derived, right? So basically that is the mandate which our membership has given us, right? And which will be forwarding, right, to the relevant parties and very soon, right?
Coming up, the OSH bill, arguably the most delayed piece of legislation. We'll have more details when we come back.
Hello, friends. I'm Dr. Bob Roberts with another 60-second sermon from God's Word. Jesus says in John 8:12, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. It is said that when the famed O. Henry was on his deathbed, that he turned to the maid attending him in a darkened room and said, Raise up the shades. I do not want to go home in the dark. As man faces death, he need not fear going home in the dark. When Jesus died for our sins on the cross of Calvary, he raised the shade up. No longer do we have to walk in darkness. Jesus said in John that if men walk in darkness, it is because their deeds are evil. Jesus says, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. Don't leave earth without him. He has raised the shade up, and you don't have to go home in the dark. Trust him today for forgiveness, and let him turn the light on in your life. Today's 60-second sermon has been presented by Christian Foundations of Faith in cooperation with the Baptist churches in your area.
In the low-lying areas of Belize City, flooding caused by heavy rainfall is a major concern for residents and businesses. It can cause health risks and damage to infrastructure and homes. To mitigate flooding effects, the Ministry of Infrastructure, Development and Housing, in partnership with the Belize City Council with funding provided by the Inter-American Development Bank, has implemented a series of climate-resilient flood control measures. These include the cleaning and rehabilitation of drains, canals, and finally the construction of a pumping station designed to drain the accumulated rainfall in Belize City. The flood mitigation system reduces flooding through its three components. First, the Collet, East, and North Creek canals collect water from the drains. Next, there are 5 sluice gates, 1 at each of the canals and 2 at the pump station that can be raised or lowered to control the flow of water. Finally, the pumping station, located in Port Loyola, pumps the water collected from the canals and drains into the sea. And while this means the pump station can greatly reduce the risk of flooding, we must all do our part to keep the system working effectively. It's of utmost importance that Belize City residents dispose of their garbage properly and keep the waterways clear. No more clogged drains. With the new pump station and our efforts as a community, we can reduce the impacts of flooding in downtown Belize City.
Desde las áreas urbanas hasta las comunidades rurales, la conexión importa. El acceso a Internet es crucial para continuar el desarrollo social y económico. Es por eso que Digi, nuestra telecomunicación nacional, continúa invirtiendo millones de dólares para expandir sus redes de telefonía móvil y fibra óptica en todo Belice. Miles de usuarios móviles y viviendas, especialmente a lo largo de las carreteras y en comunidades rurales, ahora disfrutan de los beneficios de la infraestructura resiliente de Digi. Nuestra telecomunicación nacional continúa liderando la transformación digital a través de su tecnología avanzada y compromiso a la excelencia. Con Digi Wallet, beliceños en áreas urbanas y rurales tienen acceso fácil y seguro a una amplia variedad de servicios financieros a través de sus dispositivos móviles. Y con el reciente lanzamiento de Digi TV, nuestra telecomunicación nacional se ha convertido en el único proveedor de servicios de reproducción cuádruple en Belice. Clientes ahora pueden ahorrar con nuestros paquetes DigiOne que ofrecen internet residencial, servicios móviles, teléfono residencial y servicios DigiTV convenientemente en un solo lugar. Digi permanece comprometido en brindar acceso a servicios de alta calidad, confiables y accesibles y crear oportunidades para un mejor futuro. Forme parte de la transformación y viva la conectividad como nunca antes. Porque con Digi, la conexión importa.
These will offer you coping mechanisms when dealing with violent situations.
That is a very simple phone number that you can store in case of any emergencies.
Violence exists in the form of corrective rape.
Welcome Marines as the totally new HE member.
We realize that success in agriculture isn't just about land and access to finance. We realize that we have members who have issues of domestic abuse, who have issues of child sexual abuse in their families. We've noted that the barriers and the obstacles are quite different for women and girls than for men. And this is why we decided to take a holistic approach.
Violence against women and girls is an issue for me because I think it is used as measures of control and it is a reinforcement of negative power dynamics. All people, especially women who have been experiencing discrimination and injustice for quite some time, deserve to be afforded physical, emotional, financial, and mental stability and safety.
There are a lot of persons who don't understand the dynamics, of violence against women and girls. And so there's always need for advocacy and education to keep the awareness.
Economic empowerment, that's what we've been focused on day one. We've focused on creating opportunities, economic opportunities for women to establish themselves as independent business owners. On top of that, we've also created and ensured that we create male allies in their families, whether it's their husbands, their partners, and so forth, to understand the rights of women and to also understand and upskill themselves as supportive partners of these women and girls.
We need to educate young men and women within our society today, engage them in a one-on-one interaction, educating them about the different types of domestic violence that we have within our society, and teaching them how ending violence against women and girls can help within our future generation in preserving the future for women.
I believe it's important for persons to be aware of the positive enforcement and policy shifts in that of legislation, because this is what brings about change. This is what brings about the change in people's mindsets, and knowing that there are legislation, there are enactment of bills that advances the rights of women and girls.
Everyone has a part to play. If we see or hear something, we shall say or do something.
We have to stand up and make the changes ourselves to set the example for everyone else.
I will continue to play my part by advocating to end violence against women and girls.
We all need to make sure that we help to fight to eliminate violence against women and girls in our society.
What grows together, goes together. Let's stand in solidarity to fight violence against women and girls.
Everyone has a part to play.
Everyone has a part to play
in ending violence against women and girls.
Show of the Year is back with new prizes and surprises. The fun starts at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th, and ends on Friday, December 8th. Gimme 5 coupons are now available for 25 cents each on our Channel 5 website and at our studio on Coney Drive in Belize City. Fill out your coupons and return them to our Channel 5 office. Remember to tune in at 8 p.m. every night from December 4th to the 8th for awesome entertainment, giveaways, and lots of prizes. And don't forget, when your phone rings, don't say, "Hello." Say, "Give me 5! Yeah! Mayor Sharon Palacio is not running for a second term in office as head of the Belmopan City Council. But the shenanigans at City Hall continue with the appointment of an acting mayor by the municipal leader. This afternoon, the Department of Local Government issued a statement regarding Palacio's nomination of Councillor Hope Amadi as acting mayor. The release from the department states that the mayor has no power to appoint an acting mayor. Based on Section 10, Chapter 2 of the Belmopan City Council Act, Councillor Sani Kal is the duly elected deputy mayor of the council. It goes on to say, quote, Deputy Mayor Kal is to act accordingly during the mayor's leave of absence from November 30th to December 6, 2023, further to the powers and duties conferred upon him as given under provisions of Section 10, Chapter 5 of the Belmopan City Council Act, end quote. Interest is once again being generated by the government of Belize, the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the National Trade Union Congress of Belize to proceed with the enactment of the Occupational Safety and Health Bill. The OSH Bill, as many would know it, is a much-delayed piece of legislation that seeks to protect employers, employees, and customers from injury on the job. First introduced by the Barrow administration in 2014, the proposed law has languished for almost a decade before being picked up once again by government. As part of the ongoing conversation, we look at the contributions of the trade unions, the private sector, as well as the public service in the shaping and passage of the OSH Bill. Here's News 5's Isani Catano.
Most employers, both public and private, have a legal responsibility to establish and maintain a safe and healthy environment for their workers. Yet, almost 3 million people die each year from causes that can be attributed to exposure to occupational risk factors. For almost a decade, the unions and representatives of the business community have been clamoring for the introduction and passage of legislation that protects employees from workplace-related accidents or diseases.
For us, as a workers' representative, this is something that needs to happen a long time ago. Workers, we continue to get injured. We're dying on the job, and so it is something that needs to happen. We've done our part, and we continue to do our part.
Despite all efforts to enact an occupational safety and health bill, a vast majority of workers across the country in both sectors are not legally covered from injuries on the job. Why?
I think there has been a lack of interest over the years, over the last 10 years. There are some people who wanted this to go through, but we didn't have sufficient support. Then there has been, I think, a lack of political will on the past and previous administrations as well, that they're not sure, I think, if they want to do something like this. And then, when the last administration introduced this bill in the House, there were resistance to the bill from some sectors of society. And that's when I think that a joint committee was created between the unions and the chamber to say, all right, well, what exactly is the issue with the bill? Can you tell us what you need to be done with the bill in order for this to go through? Unfortunately, it languished in that process for another 8 years.
Falls are a common cause of occupational injuries and fatalities, especially in construction, extraction, transportation, healthcare, and building cleaning and maintenance. The death of Wilmer Koi on October 25th serves as an unfortunate reminder that in the absence of an OSH bill, workers remain unprotected. Nonetheless, incremental steps are now being taken towards bringing the proposed legislation to force.
When it was presented in 2014, I was working at the National Assembly. And as a staff at the National Assembly, we had to take minutes and we went on countrywide consultation. And one of the biggest concerns at that time was casting to the employers, right? Fast forward to now, that is not going to change, right? What is going to change is that we're going to be working in a safe environment, right? And most people have this misconception that the bill is only going to have a cast on the employers and that workers will be getting a free ride. No, this bill also holds workers responsible.
The primary focus in occupational health is on three different objectives: the maintenance and promotion of workers' health and working capacity, the improvement of working environment and work to become conducive to safety and health, as well as the development of work organizations and working cultures in a direction which supports health and safety at work, and, in doing so, also promotes a positive social climate and smooth operation, and may enhance productivity of the undertakings.
We have it in our care now. We have it in our custody now. We have it now as our duty to get this done. And we have taken it and we will get this done, because we will not allow another year, another 5 or another 10 or another 20 years for this. I think it is time or past time for this to be in place. So we have the commitment of the ministry, we have the commitment of the cabinet to get this done. So it is now our duty to ensure that that happens.
The long overdue OSH bill is closer to becoming a reality, but until then, a number of companies have taken the initiative to implement policies around the workplace that promote occupational safety and health.
There are so many companies that are already operating in Belize that have standards well beyond OSH for us to learn from, and that's where in the consultation and in our working groups we had the benefit of those persons providing their input and providing their insights to be able to make it a better bill. But I agree, the time has gone. We're 9 years waiting, right? 2014, 2023 on a bill, and with the recent situations we've seen in the last couple weeks, I mean, it's more important now than ever, I think, for us to move ahead with this, because at the end of the day, people are losing their lives.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.
Earlier today, the Ministry of Labor partnered with the International Labor Organization's recent Decent Work team to organize a workshop aimed at understanding what is decent work. It is defined as employment that respects fundamental rights of the human person, as well as the rights of workers in terms of conditions of work, safety, and remuneration. It also looks at respect for the physical and mental integrity of the worker in the exercise of employment. Present at the workshop was Valentino Schall, Chief Executive Officer in the Ministry of Labor.
The Decent Work Country program is a framework that sets out the relationship and the work program between Belize and the ILO. ILO is of course, we're a member of the ILO, and they provide a lot of technical support to member countries, and Belize is a member country of the ILO. And you know, to pursue that working relationship, you need to have a clear roadmap. The country needs to articulate its priorities. The country needs to identify those areas it wants the support of the ILO with. And so that's what this is about, is to map out what those issues are, what those priorities are, and where the ILO can support the country. So that's basically what we're doing here today. I think in order to promote decent work in the country, we need to look at various factors. The first one is the workers. I mean, what are the issues the workers are facing in the country? For instance, we just earlier this year, or in January of this year, we raised the minimum wage, addressing things that are of concern to workers like that. There's safety and health, which we are also addressing. And of course, the economic sectors, you know, where is Belize experiencing economic growth? How can we help to promote that growth. And there are other issues, of course, that deals with rights of workers, responsibilities of workers, and there are other issues now that we need to take into account, such as gender equality, and of course climate change. And so you will see a diverse set of stakeholders present today, because we're trying to be as broad as possible. At the same time, we want to be clear as to what it is that we want to focus on. But for Belize, it's really looking at promoting the welfare of the worker, looking at decent wages, looking at diversifying the economy, creating new job opportunities, training for workers, and that sort of thing.
Decent work is applied to both the formal and informal sectors, addressing all kinds of jobs, people, and families. According to the International Labor Organization, decent work involves opportunities for work that are productive and deliver a fair income, security in the workplace, and social protection for families. It also includes better prospects for personal development and social integration, freedom for people to express their concerns, and equality for opportunity and treatment of all women and men. Lars Johansson is the Deputy Director of ILO's Decent Work Team at the Country Office of the Caribbean.
We have, ever since the concept of decent work as the way to structure the ILO's work was established, we also decided that a way to work with our constituents and other stakeholders at country level would be to develop a program, time-bound, normally 3 to 5 years, where we could be strategic about what we work on, what we prioritize, and the change we want to contribute to bring about in the country. Belize had the Decent Work Country program, which ended, I think, in 2017. And this now, it's taken a few years, but now we're here to develop the second one. And this is, let's say, the first milestone in that process, where we are analyzing what we call the Decent Work Country Diagnostic, which is a document which analyzes the current situation in country and which is used then to set the priorities for the program to come. There are gaps in the Decent Work agenda in Belize. In several areas related to working conditions, salaries, and others, fundamental principles and rights at work. There are still issues, there are still challenges. But that said, I would also like to mention that there is a lot of work going on to improve the situation, and a lot of it is done in collaboration with the ILO. And hopefully with this program we will be able to do that in an even more concerted and strategic manner for the next 4 or 5 years.
Every year on December 1st, World AIDS Day is observed to raise awareness about HIV and AIDS. It is also a day to pay tribute to those who have passed away due to AIDS-related illnesses and to show support for those living with HIV/AIDS. This morning, the Ministry of Health and Wellness released the latest HIV statistics for Belize. The data presents a snapshot of HIV in Belize as of the end of last year. In 2022, there were a total of 157 new HIV infections reported. The highest number of newly reported infections was in the Belize district, followed by the Cayo and Stan Creek districts. However, it's important to note that there has been a decline in new infections reported each year for the past 4 years. The ministry also reports that an estimated 3,682 people are living with HIV in Belize. Sadly, in 2022, 66 persons lost their battle with the disease. To commemorate World AIDS Day on December 1st, several activities are planned across the country, including free testing. After the break, Culture Tuesday is Taco Tuesday, Sugar City style. But first, here's a weather update with data from the Belize Met Service.
For 40 years, Brothers a Bit has been providing trust, quality, and unmatched customer service. And for our big 40th birthday sale, we're celebrating with amazing deals like 15% off all decorative paints, 15% off on all power tools from leading brands like Stanley, Black & Decker, DeWalt, and more, 20% off Pisaforte and Ascot tiles, and Mapei Fin set for only $19. And don't miss out on our yard clearance for great deals every day. Come celebrate with us and save big at the Brothers a Bit's big 40th birthday sale all November long.
Babe, have you seen the advisory that NEMA just posted? There's going to be a storm.
Storm? It's not a storm. That's just a little rain. We'll be all right.
Thank goodness that was only a simulation. But what if it wasn't? Consider this. You've worked hard building your future, your family, your business, your home. RF&G Insurance has policy options that can protect your most valued assets so that you can focus on what matters most. Include RF&G Insurance in your hurricane prep. Remember, it pays to get it right with RF&G Insurance, a Road Group company.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
Gimme 5! The biggest giveaway show of the year is back with new prizes and surprises. The fun starts at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th and ends on Friday, December 8th. Gimme 5 coupons are now available for 25 cents each on our Channel 5 website and at our studio on Coney Drive in Belize City. Fill out your coupons and return them to our Channel 5 office. Remember to tune in at 8 p.m. every night from December 4th to the 8th for awesome entertainment, giveaways, and lots of prizes. And don't forget, when your phone rings, don't say, "Hello." Say, "Give me 5! Yeah!
Yes, I give her 50 times ending, now me have to pay.
Where they going, bruh? The who they stress you out again, Namule?
Boy, I don't believe I the fool again.
Again?
But I mess up this time for real, You really want to know?
Yes. I want here.
Can't make it a big deal.
We know what that.
I know how you going now.
Oh, man.
You really want to know?
Yeah?
Take my plan, and I give her. I take my plan and put it in a name.
In a name? Wait, so tell me something. You still pay for this plan?
Yeah. But hear this. This plan, I can't left this plan. Smart Belize. This plan, I can't left this plan, yeah. This plan, I can't left this plan. Post-paid plan. This plan, I can't left this plan. With Smart Belize, get unlimited data. Smart Choice plan can light up your day. Postpaid with eSIM, make everything better. Just visit Smart Showrooms today. Boom! I can't left this plan. 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 Affordable for everyone. I can't left this plan. The postpaid plan, cause the data really strong. She could left me for another man. The truth, once I have my plan, once I have my smart plus plan, and no worry, cause the data strong. I know when the bleed, cause that's all I need. And you could tell me where you are, but I know I left this plan. Smart have the best services. We post a plan of everything, so you could talk and text unlimited. Come set up your group, we got share plan 1 and 2. Up to 10 friends can connect anywhere. Boom! I can't left this plan, I can't left this plan. The post a plan, cause the data really strong. Don't dig it down, 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 don't dig it. Smart, bringing people together.
We are on the ground.
If you think the last comedy show was a blast, this one will have you laughing out of your seats. We guarantee you will laugh till your belly bursts, because Comedy Belize is doing it again. Comedy Belize, in collaboration with Benny's, keep on moving, and the next stop will be Old Belize Jungle Pavilion, Saturday, December 2 at 7 p.m. for another international show dubbed You Better Belize It, featuring 4 talented comedians from the USA. Introducing to you our host, Hot Topic, all the way from Dallas, Texas.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy comedian Hot Topic. I'm coming back and I'm bringing a crew with me.
Kicking off the laughter all the way from Omaha, Nebraska, by way of Houston, Texas, is the illest female comedian, Lotto Marie.
You better Belize it. That's right, your girl Lotto Marie will be in Belize at the Belize Pavilion.
He's considered arguably one of the sexiest male comedians and will have you dropping off your seats. Making his way to Belize from generic Louisiana, none other than Shabba's Playtime Ward.
Hold on, let me find that light. What up, Belize? It's your boy Shabazz Playtime, the sexiest dude in comedy. December 2nd, I will be in the building at the Old Belize Pavilion.
And our headliner, straight out of Inglewood, California, one of the hottest female comedians, going by the name Gina G. Too Funny.
Wagwan Belize, it's your girl comedian Gina G, and I'm coming to Belize, baby! And coming to Belize is the best thing I got smoking, okay? December the 2nd is going down. Doors open at 5. Show starts at 7. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss the show. My boy Hot Topic is hosting. You got Shabazz performing, Lotto Marie, and your girl Gina G. Come on, Belize. You better believe it. Going down, man. December the 2nd, brought to you by Comedy Belize. Just bring me a plate of rice and beans. That's all I need. A plate of rice and beans, some fried jack, and a couple tamales, okay?
It's all happening at the Old Belize Jungle Pavilion in Belize City, Saturday, December 2. Doors open at 5 p.m. and the show starts at 7 p.m. sharp. Make it a date and come laugh the night away. You better believe it. Sponsors.
For tonight's episode of Culture Tuesday, we will purposely rebrand the following feature as Taco Tuesday. Over the weekend, News 5 traveled to Orange Walk, where we attended the annual festivities dedicated to the popular Mexican dish. Across Fort Kearns, vendors from all over town gathered for Taco Fest, and it was quite an experience. Entertained with live music, residents and visitors alike meandered from stall to stall, getting a taste of everything that was on display, from the grill to the plate. Here's News 5's Isani Catano with our Taco Tuesday edition of Culture Tuesday.
Tacos are a symphony of flavors wrapped in a soft or crunchy shell, depending on how you prefer your corn or flour tortilla. Imagine succulent meats, beef, pork, chicken, seafood, garnished with zesty salsas, guacamole or sour cream, and fresh veggies, all harmonized with creamy cheese and a hint of lime. It's not just food, it's a vibrant handheld feast.
This is different. This pork. I smoke it and then chop it and then cook it in the grill so they get more nicer. with some onion and a little bit of lard.
Of the three varieties, carnitas, carne asada, and al pastor, they are dressed up simply with fresh cilantro, chopped onion, and served with lime on the side for seasoning, according to the diner's taste.
It's about pork. It's Mexican tacos al pastor. With the pineapple, once it has the pineapple on top, it's al pastor. Right? And it's a really nice tacos, very, very delicious tacos.
The origins of the taco are not precisely known, but the culinary usage of the word describes a typical Mexican dish made of corn tortilla folded around food. The history of tacos in Belize, however, is a rich and culturally significant one. In Orange Walk, tacos is king.
So the tacos started the Orange Walk over 50 years ago. You know, it was started from a gentleman from Palmar by the name of Waco. Then we had the Baizas came in, we have the Garcias, and then we had a Mexican that came and started selling tacos. Then the time the people used to sell tacos through carry a bike. So they go up there, carry a bike, and they got a two-pot right there. So they got 10 person there. And the person will say, give me $5 tacos. And they serve that person, give me $3, give me $2. So they wrap it there, they get one for eat. And by the time that finished, that man know exactly how much tacos you eat.
Each bite is a flavorful fiesta, a masterpiece of simplicity and taste.
I guess that it has been something that for many years, it just built up. And now Sugar City is known for having the best tasted tacos.
And to celebrate this delicacy, hundreds of Belizeans converge on Orange Walk Town annually for the past 11 years to take part in the Tacos Fest.
It's unique, and so it started growing and growing and growing. And I believe with the inception of Taco Fest 10 years ago, many new vendors has came out to the Tacos Fest, and now they have their tacos stand around Orange Walk. And that happens because of the support of the community. I am so amazed to see many people here today. We have at least about 15 new entries.
The beef, robust and hearty, transforms under the flame, its marbled fat melting to create a succulent, rich flavor. Pork, with its tender versatility, takes on a smoky char that's both comforting and indulgent. Each sizzle promises a feast of the senses, a testament to the art of grilling.
People usually say that the tacos is really nice because it's made in fire hot, and that is true. We really work hard every time to be perfect on it. My little sister is the one that makes the meat.
How big is taco culture in Orange Walk? I know Orange Walk seems to be the capital for tacos. Talk to us about that.
Well, I think a lot of people say Sugar City is the best tacos in Orange Walk. Some say it's because of the pepper sauce. That is what they say.
And those delectable sauces, crafted for the daring palate, boast a robust blend of freshly ground peppers simmered to perfection. The velvety texture and fiery kick elevate any taco, promising an unforgettable culinary adventure with every drop.
I really feel excited because people really love the tacos, and I'm very pleased that we could give them a nice service, right? And very good tacos too.
What makes your one stand out over everything else out here?
It's the marinade that we use. It's the spices that we use on the meat. It's the spices, right? The spices. It's like a Mayan taste, like the Mayan spices.
Those Mayan spices aren't just condiments. Taken together, they are an experience elevating these taco dishes with bold and harmonious essence. Reporting for News 5, I am Isana Cayetano.
When we return, churches hold peace rally for Israel and Palestine.
Welcome to City Pulse by your Belize City Council. Join us on an exciting journey through the heart of Belize City, where we showcase the transformative initiatives shaping our resilient community. Our commitment to the people is unwavering, and our city's progress is built on solid foundations. At the beginning of this year, we pledged to rehabilitate 90 streets. Proudly, we've completed 71 streets, or 36,431 linear feet, which accounts for an impressive 78% of our commitment. The Council has made significant progress. Among these, 23 have been concreted, 26 have undergone rehabilitation using the chip and seal method, and an additional 22 streets have been further enhanced, being filled or topped up with materials such as hardcore or all-in, demonstrating our commitment to improving our city's infrastructure. But we're not stopping there. We've identified 41 more streets that need our attention. We are projected to meet 100% of our 90-street commitment 2 months ahead of schedule, accounting for an unprecedented 54,829 plus linear feet of road rehabilitation completed within the last 10 months. This transformation is fueled by a $6.9 million budget allocation, with 59% coming from municipal papers, 41% from the Council's operations, and support from our valued partners. Stay connected with City Pulse and witness the journey of a brighter, more connected Belize City. We're committed to your future. This People's United Party City Council is always about the people.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Gimme 5! The biggest giveaway show of the year is back with new prizes and surprises. The fun starts at 8 p.m. on Monday, December 4th, and ends on Friday, December 8th. Gimme 5 coupons are now available for 25 cents each on our Channel 5 website and at our studio on Coney Drive in Belize City. Fill out your coupons and return them to our Channel 5 office. Remember to tune in at 8 p.m. every night from December 4th to the 8th for awesome entertainment, giveaways, and lots of prizes. And don't forget, when your phone rings, don't say, "Hello." Say, "Give me 5! Yeah!
Hi, my name is Deja Janessa Scholl. I am in Standard 4 at Belmopan Primary School in the Stan Creek District. Personal accountability forms the foundation of a responsible and safe community. Responsibility is equally important in cultivating safe values and attitudes. By fostering a sense of unity and teamwork, we can build a strong relationship and create a supportive environment where everyone feels valued and protected. I am glad I can help my school with some funds because I know that my school needs things to improve our school facilities.
This cash prize will be used for the proper electrification of 2 buildings. Thank you to VAL from the staff, the students, the parents of Belmopan Government School. We are grateful for this assistance.
Thank you, BEL, for hosting this competition and giving us the students the opportunity to improve our writing skills.
My Social Security Self-Service Portal, Employer Transactions Unpacked, Employers and Self-Employed Persons, an enhanced contribution payment system that manages all your employer information is here. Employers and self-employed persons will have access to view all transactions and statements, and the option to always know your owing balance using your employer number. Payments will be automated and applied to your account balance in a new way. Here are two scenarios to highlight how payments will be distributed. Employers with outstanding funds owed to SSB, payments will be applied to the outstanding arrears, fees, and interest, and the balance, if any, will be applied to the statements submitted. Employers without any outstanding funds owed to SSB, payments will be applied to the statements submitted. The technological enhancements you are waiting for are here. My Social Security Self-Service Portal. Social Security at your fingertips.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
The sustained attacks by Israel on the Gaza Strip have resulted in the deaths of tens of thousands of Palestinians, including women and children, and has displaced many millions more. Since Israel declared war on the Gaza Strip after an unprecedented attack by Hamas, Israel has imposed a blockade of the Gaza Strip, stopping the entry of food, supplies, fuel, and other essential commodities into the area. The government of Belize decided to suspend diplomatic ties with Israel in light of its bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Since then, the religious community has called on the government to reconsider that decision. Today, a few of those churches came together at a rally in front of the National Assembly building in Belmopan to, quote, pray for the peace of Israel and Palestine, unquote. News 5's Marian Ali was there and filed this report.
Your name is life. Break every stronghold.
The lively singing of songs of worship through principal streets of Belmopan today was symbolic of the hope these people have for the quick restoration of peace on the Gaza Strip.
That as biblical Christians, you know, the Word of God commands us to pray for Israel, and but we all agreed that we're not just interested in praying for Israel to the neglect of anything else. We want to pray for the Palestinians. We want to pray for Belize. We want to pray for the whole situation, right? And because these are people that Jesus died for. He died for the Jews. He died for the Gentiles, and so we're not interested in the back and forth of us versus them. We're praying for the whole situation, and we want to see the war end.
The crowd of about 200 that gathered to pray held Israeli flags, but one of the organizers of the event, Pastor Richard Smith, clarified that the intent was to unite both sides.
It was hard to find an Israeli flag, to be honest with me.
There were Palestinian flags in the Belize City March, though.
Oh, yeah? All right. Then go back to the government, ask them to please donate some Palestinian flag. For us, we raise flag of all nations. Of all nations. All nations are important. I've been to different nations. I've been to 19 countries, and I would go to more. As a matter of fact, in January, we're going to Africa. So our mandate is to go into Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost part of the earth. So we are committed to nations, but we wish there will be no war. I wish. It's bad for everybody.
And while the turnout today was pro-Israel, Smith said the event was anti-political.
If you read the Bible, it says, "He shall be my witness in Jerusalem, Judea, Samaria, and the uttermost part of the earth." Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, which is Israel. So we are not getting to the politics of Israel. We are getting into the command of God to stand up for peace across the nation.
Both Smith and co-organizer Pastor Scott Sturm told the media that they believe the message was sent to the government to restore diplomatic ties with Israel.
We're not interested in the back and forth of us versus them. So we're praying for the whole situation, and we want to see the war end. We want to see the dying stop.
You're also asking the government to reconsider the suspension of diplomatic ties between Belize and Israel. But your numbers are only like, what, 200? Do you think the message will be sent?
I think so. I mean, it's 200 for a Tuesday, and we didn't pay anybody.
Everyone we have represent two of the other side. You know why? Because if I say one will put 1,000 to flight, two 10,000. And so we have so much people here. We are seeing victory. This is victory. I was ready to march if it's me one.
Reporting for News 5, I'm Marian Ali.
6 Brazilians caught illegally on board a commercial bus entering Belize are spending time at the Belize Central Prison, pending their expulsion from the country. The 6 were nabbed during a vehicular checkpoint near the banks of the Mopan River on Monday. They have been fined $1,000 each in default, 6 months imprisonment, and are to be deported as soon as possible. They did not challenge the expulsion order and are said to be happy they are going back home. The 4 men and 2 women appeared unrepresented in the magistrate's court this afternoon, where they were jointly read a charge each of illegal entry. A 32-year-old man accused of sexually assaulting his 14-year-old stepdaughter in 2022 is tonight on remand at the Belize Central Prison after he was read 5 indictable and criminal offenses, including 3 counts of incest and 2 counts of sexual assault upon a minor. The accused stepfather appeared unrepresented before a senior magistrate late this evening, where he was accused of sexually assaulting the teenager on 3 separate occasions, twice in March 2022 and once in September of last year. No plea was taken from the stepfather, and due to the nature of the offenses, bail was denied and he was placed on pretrial detention until January 30th, 2024. This morning, the Ministry of Sustainable Development, Climate Change and Disaster Risk Management and UNICEF signed an agreement to protect vulnerable Belizeans, including children and mothers. At the signing in Belmopan, Alison Parker, UNICEF Belize's country representative, said, quote, "The Children's Climate Risk Index reports that approximately 1 billion children, half of all the children in the world, live in countries like Belize that are classified as extremely high risk. We've lived this reality as over the past 3 years, Belize has endured an increase in extreme rainfalls, flash floods, and hurricanes threatening its economy, people, and assets. Whether we recognize it or not, climate change is impacting children. I recognize this MOU as an important partnership to amplify our efforts, ensuring they are strategic, collaborative, and takes to scale important programs and interventions to mitigate the climate crisis for children and advance the SDGs," end quote. The Memorandum of Understanding is the first of its kind. The agreement is designed to provide the ministry with the necessary support to adopt a comprehensive and child-focused approach to increase climate resilience, reduce disaster risks, protect the environment, and achieve sustainable development. And that's the news. Tonight's broadcast is available at channel5belize.com, on our Facebook, and on YouTube. I'm Sabrina Daly. Thanks for joining us. And from all of us here at News 5, good night.